Hello and welcome here and welcome back to TalkFCB, and today we're going to be talking about a player I've not given that much attention to on this YouTube channel, but I've been very vocal about him on Twitter, very excited when I first found out that he was coming. He's a player that I really like, and on Sunday against Elche we really saw what he's about and what he'll bring to the side, and we're going to be looking at him compared with Cesc Fabregas today in particular, and we're going to be looking specifically at Ivan Rakitić, a player in the summer brought in from Sevilla, 110% Sevilla's best player last season, an outstanding act in winning the Europa League for them. He was arguably one of the best players in La Liga last season as well, and he had a terrific season. Goals, assists, he was everything. He was the leader on the pitch for Sevilla as well, so to bring him in, with Real Madrid and Atletico interested in the player as well, was a very good signing. And we saw on Sunday exactly what Rakitić will bring. He'll bring composure, he'll bring control, and he'll bring something a little bit different to our midfield, and something I think we needed in terms of a different type of player. We've seen Xavi and Iniesta in our midfield run over teams year after year after year, and last season, unfortunately, that seemed to come to a standstill. We tried to bring in Cesc Fabregas, of course, spent a lot of money on him, trying to make him into sort of Xavi's heir to the throne, trying to make him a second Xavi. You're never going to do that. You're never going to find another Xavi in your life. So what we've decided to do with Rakitić is to find something a bit different, try and spice it up a bit in midfield and try and bring something a little bit new to the table, and that's exactly what we've done with Rakitić. We brought him in, a player who's physically quite strong, he's quite tall, he's a player who not only, very good with short passing, incisive passing, and the quick 1-2s, he's very good with long-range passing, and that was very interesting to see for Munir El Haddadi's goal. It was a long ball over the top, which is something we're not really accustomed to at Barcelona. It had a little flick off the Elche defender, and in behind the defence was Munir, and that's what we need. We need something which can take our opponent by surprise. We need a plan B. We need something where if things are getting hard, if people are parking the bus, we need someone who can open up that door and make that space. And Ivan Rakitić so far has really impressed me in the way he's gone about his performances. He's come out onto the pitch, he's embraced the fans, we're all very excited about him. He's come onto the pitch, he's worked very hard against Elche, put a real shift in, which is very impressive. His touches of the ball were very good. Of course, as well, the other thing about Rakitić, which is something we haven't had for years, is a threat from set pieces. When he was at Sevilla, most of his assists came from free kicks, from corners, and it's very important that we do begin to have a threat from corners in particular, because in matches where we're really battering opponents, we get corner after corner after corner, and it's really annoying to see every single corner just floated into the box with no ambition, and it's never going to go in. We hardly ever score from corners and free kicks too, so it's nice now that when the ball does go out for a corner, when it does go out for a free kick that can be whipped into the box, that we've got someone there who's got the ability to stand over it and say, right, get in the box, this is coming on your head. And we've got players in the squad now like Jeremy Mathieu, Busquets, Piqué, who are tall enough and who are good enough in the air to get among the centre-backs, to get in the box and get a goal themselves, because I think that's what we need. We need different types of ways of scoring, and that was very important this year with our signings, with the players that Enrique has brought in, the players that have been promoted as well. It's very important that we get something different about us, and something that maybe opponents don't expect, because it has been very predictable these last few years. Barcelona have been playing the same style, and although we still are playing the same style, there's different sort of tints to it. Rakitić is bringing one of those aspects to the table. He's playing a new way, he's playing a different fashion, he's giving us something a bit different in midfield, and it's very important. So in terms of comparing him with Cesc Fabregas, you've got with Cesc Fabregas very suited to the Premier League. We've seen that. He's gone back there now with Chelsea. He's already off to a very good start. What I will say about Fabregas is he was always very explosive, very good, very high form in the first half of the season. It seemed that when he got past Christmas, Fabregas would take a bit of a dip in form, that he would sort of lose a bit of focus, a bit of concentration, and almost a bit of match sharpness. So it'll be interesting to see, with the physicality and the constant matches in the Premier League, whether he can maintain this good form to the second half of the season, which I never really saw him do that for Barcelona. The second thing is being a big game player, and that is something that's very overrated in the modern game, very underrated, sorry. If you're a big game player, you are incredibly important to this squad, because by being a big game player, you can go into the big games, the Real Madrid games, the Atletico Madrid games, the Champions League games, and you can take it upon yourself to produce a good performance. And Rakitić is a big game player. We saw in the Europa League final, he played absolutely outstandingly, was man of the match in that game, and he does perform at the very, very highest level. And when it's on, when the pressure is on, he delivers. That didn't work for Fabregas. He was very, very good against the likes of Zaragoza, when he came in, and he was very, very good against Valladolid and Espanyol. But when it really mattered, in the big games, in the El Clasico matches, he didn't perform. He wasn't good enough and he wasn't consistent enough. And that's what Rakitić brings to the table. He is consistent. He will give his all. He will perform when the pressure is on. When stakes are high, Rakitić will appear. And I hope we see that from him this season, because I've got a really good belief that this could be a player that really does revolutionise that midfield position and does bring us that extra little bit of bite in midfield that we need. So that's this video on Rakitić, guys. Make sure you leave your views below. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. That's really important as well. So thanks for tuning in here on TalkFCB. We'll be back very, very soon with another podcast for you guys. But thanks for watching. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon in the next podcast.